an introduction to what TAC is all about, and we call us TAC, the Apostolic Church, just for short. I'm sure you figured that out. It's not that difficult to understand, but if you hear me say TAC, you know what we're talking about. So in this folder, the very first thing on the right-hand side is a welcome letter from Brother and Sister Carr. And just so you see their picture, you know who they are, but Sister Carr sometimes flies by you, and if you've not met her before, you're not sure who she is. She has a busy Sunday school class upstairs on Sunday mornings, so you don't see her in the hallway a lot. And then this next handout is introducing the Jason Carr family. And obviously, you'll be taking these binders home, and you can go through this at your own convenience and read up on everything. And I just wanted everyone to know who the family of the Carrs were, because Sister Brooklyn and Brother Lou are awesome ministry team. They are both licensed UPCI ministers. They take care of our fusion department, which is our youth from age 12 to graduation from high school. And then their son Boston is our facilities administrator here at the church. He's also a Lamar student. So they make a really neat team. Oh, they're all awesome and powerful, and they're fun, super fun. So, in fact, side note, today we're having a small group fair. So these tables are all out in the foyer with everybody's little designated small group, so you can sign up. It's the first time we've ever done it, so there's a lot of excitement. But Boston Carr is the pickleball specialist, and we have a court here. And he's got a sign up for pickleball every Monday night for the next 3 months. So if you're interested in pickleball, you can sign up on his table. You'll see it's the one with all the rackets. And he's a really fun guy. So just to let you know that. This big set that says all about TAC has got a lot of information that is really good for people that, even if you're new, you may not know. You don't realize how much we've got going on, but I just wanted everyone to know that there's a place for you, no matter how old you are, what group you want to be in, what group you are in. Right. And these are this is just sort of like admin stuff. It's when, it's times, it's what, when, where, for who. You can just read this later whenever you want more information, but I just wanted to capture all the things that we do. And this isn't really everything, but it's a lot that most important things. Our weekly schedules, just to put a little magnifying glass on a couple of things on page 2, on the first Tuesday of every month, first Tuesday night in this room of every month, and it's going to be in our church bulletin. It's always in there. So we have a Bible study class in this classroom, and it's during our service time from 7 to 8. Is it from 7 to 8:30, Vincent, or 7:30 to 8:30? So our Bible study teachers are Brother and Sister Josh Benson, and they're sitting right behind y'all. They administer the team. We have a team of teachers, and in the Tuesday night class, they cover a lesson called Into His Marvelous Light. It's a 1-hour lesson. Amen. And I think they're going to maybe eventually expand, or there's going to be other Bible studies besides that one. There's a variety of different kinds of Bible studies. Some people want a longer one that's more sustainable, that they can learn more every week or every month. But this particular one is a 1 hour, just to get your toe into the Word, and it's a sort of just view of all of our experience. But there's a whole lot more that you can enjoy. So be tuned for that. And then on the second Thursday of every month, our church has a massive food pantry opportunity. And we have hundreds of people coming through our lines. Once a month, they line up out here. They go through the back parking lot all the way, Sarah, over here to the old brick building where the little Sunday school used to be. Yes. And that is our food pantry building. So we are partnered with the Southeast Texas Food Pantry, and they provide all of the food for us, and we distribute it. There is a little application you have to fill out, but it's not real strenuous. So you can be part of that if you like to help. Come on Thursdays and help the food pantry if you're retired or you're available. They
How
would
long
love
have
to
they
have
been
your
going
help.
on?
Sir?
How long have they been doing that?
Years.
Years.
I don't know how many years. So, Brother and Sister Brazizi are in charge of that. So, also, while I'm saying names, on the left side is in the back of the left side is a church directory with a lot of pictures and names and faces. So as I'm saying these names, later on you can cross-reference with your church directory and figure out who I'm talking about. Yes, Tina?
About the food pantry.
Yes.
If you can't make it on Thursday, on that Tuesday before, after prayer meeting, right after prayer meeting, we meet and we fill the bags and stuff to get them ready for Thursday.
Yes.
So if you can't come on Thursday, you can, and come on Tuesday to prayer meeting.
You're talking about to help. Cecily, here's a spot for y'all. Hey, get you some snacks.
Yeah.
I mean, get Kendrick some coffee.
Yes.
So this is what the picture directory looks like. It's names and faces of everybody in our church. So you're welcome to, when you see these names, and you can go over there and see what they look like. See what else is in here that needs to be pointed out. We have a lot of annual events. On page 4, we have, you wouldn't think we would have this many social media. I mean, we have like, it's crazy. We have a website, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and then all of our services are streamed on Facebook, which y'all already know, but y'all might not know that. So you go to our Facebook page, and the most recent post will be the most recent service, so it's easy to find. And then this last page is things that where you can be involved. There's all kinds of things that are available. You do not have to be here for a year, 6 months, whatever. There's things you can start doing right now, brother. We might need a chef.
Yeah.
Brother James is a trained chef.
Oh, wow.
I knew he was a fisherman. Today I found out he's a carpenter and a chef, and he's a wonderful veteran.
And a chef that was in the military.
He was a military chef. Yeah, he worked as a chef in the military. Isn't that cool? So one of these days we're gonna go around the room and find out what all of y'all do, so we can find out how we can get you really busy. So anyway, these are volunteer opportunities. Let me know if you're interested in doing any of these, and I will hook you up. Let's see, what else I need to tell you. On the left side are just a whole lot of different flyers of things. Kendrick and Cecily, y'all already know what it is. There is a wonderful ladies conference that's coming up in about 2 weeks called the WOW Women, this top thing, the Women of War Ladies Conference. You will want to come. You can, Cecily. Sarah, it would be great. We would love to have you on Friday night and Saturday morning. It is powerful. And then in this whole fellowship hall back here, there will be all kinds of vendors with all kinds of neat things. And it's just a bunch of ladies really forming relationships and having fun and enjoying a powerful service. So that's something neat coming up. And also, there is another important thing that's happening right now, will be happening for the next 12 weeks. And let me find the flyer. It is called our Grief Share program. It's a grief support group. It looks like this. We have families and friends of our families. We have neighbors and co-workers. So many are trying to recover from loss in their lives, and it's a struggle that this program can help you to work through that, give you some tools. We have a couple in our church that just experienced the most amazing, horrible tragedy, and they are the ones that are administering this program. And so you will receive so much, and it just started last Tuesday night. It's during the service on Tuesday night. And it's not something you have to start at the beginning or you can't do it. You can come in at any time. It's a weekly seminar type thing. And it does start at 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights and goes to 8:30. But this flyer is in your folder. It's also in our bulletins, so you can find it many ways. But I just wanted to let you know, because if you're in need of this or know someone who is, let them know right away so they can join and get the benefit of it.
Just the first class was very good.
Was it?
We're in there and I signed up just to support Greg and Hunter and realized that
You needed it too?
I needed it too. And there is a lot of information and a lot of things that a lot of people don't know.
Yes,
So it is,
yes.
it's very, very powerful.
Thank you for telling us that. I know that they had a full class.
Oh, yes,
Probably
ma'am.
have to bust out of that little room.
We have people sitting along the wall.
That's good.
I don't think the conference room is big enough.
Two more things I'm gonna tell you. This is a flyer that's in there about our church t-shirts. So about a couple, 2 or 3 times a year, we have a service called I Love My Church. So you can order the t-shirts. Everyone wears these. You don't have to. I mean, it took me a while to get up the courage to order a man's size t-shirt. But anyway, they're available, but they don't start opening the orders until about a month or 2 before we do it. And we're not gonna do it again until like first of the year, because we just had one in July. But just so you know, this is Brianna Jones, is who you talk to. We'll be talking about it again before we do it. But we do have church t-shirts that you can order, long sleeve. They're very attractive. You don't mind wearing men's sizes. Then this one is the campus maps. So our church is we've kind of got several things going on. The sanctuary that we're in right now has 2 stories. We're on level 1. In the foyer, there's a set of stairs that goes up to the 2nd level, and that's how you get to the balcony or the galleries, or you can get to that on the floor. Also, it shows on level 2, it tells where the classrooms are upstairs. The upstairs classrooms are for the youth and the college and career. And then we have a building program that we're doing right now. We are getting ready to start construction on a family life center. And it will be over here, Sarah, where our old church was. Big. How many square feet, Randy? How many?
35,000.
35,000.
Oh, wow.
It's a youth chapel and a gymnasium and some classrooms.
A youth chapel and a school. You forgot about the school. You forgot the school, right?
Well, it'll have classrooms.
Classrooms like for a church school. And it's gonna have a big gymnasium. Sir?
On the empty lot?
Right over here where our old church used to be. It'll be big. So this is showing you,
When's it start?
whenever we get our loan. They're still finalizing the plans, but, you were here at the meeting Tuesday night, they talked about, or the choir talked about, it's in the process, it's definitely gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen, and here's a little blueprint of it, if you wanna see, the guys probably might like to see that. So, if you hear about the Family Life Center, there's a way you can, pledge, you can give offerings every month. You can pay your offerings and your tithing through our website. If you don't wanna give a check, you can go on the website, easy, super easy, and it has a drop-down menu of all the different areas that if you might wanna give to. So, let's see, what have I forgotten? Are there any questions? I know I'm buzzing through this.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there like a prayer line, like, I know we have the women's group chat thing, but is there like a specific?
We used to have a prayer line, didn't we, Randy?
Yeah, when the Maxie agreed.
We do not currently have a prayer line.
Is that like a drive-through?
No, like a phone line, like a phone line.
Prayer line, I was like, wow.
Oh, if you post it in the WOW group, it'll probably get there
Yeah,
fastest.
okay,
If you have a prayer request, text me.
okay.
I'll make sure. I'll pray for you right away. So, I've covered my little bit, and I want you all to take your folders home and enjoy, all this information. And Brother Randy Hughes is getting ready to come, but before he does, I wanna tell you about him. He will probably have a lot of edits to what I'm fixing to say, because I can't find my piece of paper. Here it is. I like to tell y'all about these people, okay? So, a lot of y'all already know Randy Hughes, but if you don't know him, you need to know. Randy Hughes has been a member of this church since our founding service, right, Randy? 1969. He was among the group of how many?
69 people.
69 people, Brother Cole's first service as pastor of the Apostolic Church. And Brother Randy married Karen Stark, and Sister Karen is one of our musicians. She's a singer, she's amazing. Her parents, she comes from a heritage that's amazing. So Randy's been involved in every single department of this church and several more that we don't do anymore. I mean, he's been involved in everything. Randy, how old were you? I'm sorry. How old were you when you joined us? 17. And he is a skilled, if you see signs around the church that look like they were designed on Pinterest, he is a calligrapher that you cannot believe. And he's like free hands, very skilled. Plus has a draftsman's background, but he is a engineering consultant. He still works for previously DuPont, now called the Jefferson Terminal. But he still stays super active here. He's so busy at this church. He's supposed to be retired, but he can't stop working. Today he's going to talk to us about our church history, a lot of it, some of it. The photos are on this wall. And the next time we do this, we're going to have a wonderful PowerPoint display. Today we do not have it, but Brother Randy's going to come and tell you all some interesting facts so that you can appreciate this beautiful big church that we're in right now.
Thank you, Sister Bobby. It is my happy privilege to be a member here. I'm as excited today as I was in 1969, the first day. Very excited about being here and seeing all of you here. Some old, some new faces, and it's so good. Brother James, Brother Johnny. Yes, to see everybody. And Karen and I have I've known her since the day she was born. And got acquainted when she was 3 days old. And so I'm a little older than her. So we've served here in the church, and we still enjoy it so much. We enjoy it. And Sister Robin and I have worked on so many things together, and projects, and we've enjoyed it. We both have a heart to work on things in the church. And there's still about 7 or 8 members here that were there in 1969. It was myself, Karen, Brother and Sister Jordan, Brother Phil Brannan, Sister Evelyn Hornaday, and Bradley and Brenda Honeycomb. They were there on that very first day. And some of you go way back, Sarah, in our church here, go way back. And pretty soon Phil married Robin, and she was there close to the beginning of when we started. Now, we didn't always...
I was only 8 at that time, Brother.
When you got married?
We, she was a child bride. Blushing child bride. But you come into this beautiful place this morning. It wasn't always this way. And this church was born in the south end of Beaumont in 1946. Brother Tracy Bootlear held a revival under a tent, and he started a church. And then he built a church, which you see right here in the old building. It's still down there on Sabine Pass Avenue, 1946. And his mother's Bible is buried under the cornerstone, and his 3 sisters and his wife and his 2 sons, they all started the church. And it was a thriving church, but it kind of fell into hard times, and was actually closed for a short period of time. And then Brother Albert Debs became the pastor, and he built it back up again. And he was a wonderful man of faith. He was a Syrian man. He spoke Syrian, and he was a man of faith, a wonderful man, Brother Albert Debs. And when he got ready to retire, he said, Brother Cole, would you like to take the church? So Brother Cole was elected pastor, really, of the church, November 2nd, 1969. And we worshiped in that little building for 4 years after Brother Cole got the church. It seated about 125. We were packed wall to wall. There's a parking for about 10 cars in the parking lot, and you had to park up and down the street. And it was already becoming a bad part of town as far as drugs and all. There was some knifings and shootings going on, and we knew we needed to move out of that area into a better place. So we moved this way. We bought this property in 1970. We moved here in 1974 into that brick building you see back over there. Brother Cole?
Food pantry building.
The food pantry building. Brother Cole led the congregation. We moved over there. That was 50 years ago. We've been at this property, 1973, I'm sorry, 51 years. And we had a little more growing room. There were another couple of buildings on the property, and we used those. There was an old barracks type building we used for Sunday school. There was a 2-bedroom house. We used it for Sunday school. Anyway, we kept growing, and we knew we needed more room. And so the Lord led Brother Cole to build a temporary sanctuary. He always called it the temporary sanctuary, although we were there 20 years. The metal building that you saw. Now, it could seat 400. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't long, but it started filling up. And you remember that, Sarah?
Yes, I do.
And it was wonderful there. We had wonderful services there. Karen and I got married in that building, and no, y'all got married in LaPorte. But anyway, we worshiped there, and we filled it up. By the 90s, early 90s, it was filled up, and we were having to set out chairs down the aisles. The young men were having to sit on the front altar. People were having to sit on the platform. We had over 500 members, and we had to do something. And we kept buying property around here, but this is the piece of property we had our eyes on, right here, and we could not get it. The two brothers that owned it would not sell it to us. And Brother Cole tried. We even tried to buy a little strip, a 30-foot wide strip, so we could have a road out to the freeway and put a sign up there. You know? We tried all kind of things. We couldn't get the property. So then all of a sudden, they let it go back to the bank. Can you believe it? The brothers let it go back to the bank, which was good for us in the long run. We bought this property from the bank for $224,000, 5 acres, and it appraised for $459,000. We got this. It was a gift from God. The Lord was leading us all along the way. There's all kind of little details that I'm passing over to tell you the meat of the story. So we got this building, got this property, and it was wooded. It was a wooded area. Right before we got it, though, there was a man, Brother Albritton, led a group of men around it and claimed it in Jesus' name. Then when we got it, purchased it, Brother Cole led a group out there into the woods, and he poured out a whole bottle of oil and consecrated this property to God. And so it's consecrated from the very beginning. And so we kept buying property. By now, today, we've bought 8 or 9 times here. We started out with 2 acres where the brick building is. Now we got about 14 acres. Frontage on Blackman Lane, French Road, and the freeway. God has blessed this. It's a miracle how God blessed this church. There was no rich people giving huge donations. It was a lot of hard work and faithful giving of the saints of God, just like all of you. And one time during all of the getting money together for this building, we had a extravaganza weekend. What do we call it? Trade days. We made $50,000 with a huge garage sale, an auction, arts and crafts, barbecue dinners, and the older folks in our church really were the backbone of the fundraising. They would have all-night barbecues, and almost all of them are gone now. They're all deceased and gone on to their reward. But we owe them a debt of love for what they did, and we honor their memory today. But we broke ground here in July 2nd, 1995. And the founder of the church was here, Brother Tracy Bootlier, for the occasion. Brother and Sister Freeman, the missionaries to Africa, they were here. And Brother Cole got out there. They made a plywood walkway for him because it was so muddy, and he went out there and he turned the first shovel we found about where the pulpit was going to be, and he turned the first shovel of dirt, broke ground for this church, and it was a happy day. And, we got to building it. The guy that designed it, he's at that time, he had built 1,200 churches in the United States, Roe Messner. And he built one city church over there too, and he's built this one and maybe others in town. I think he did build one further. But, so we started building the church. Brother Cole kept raising money himself for the foundation here. There's 800 loads of dirt, I think, that was hauled in. He said, we need 10 more loads of dirt. Who will give a load of dirt? People would pop up, people give loads of dirt. We just did it together. And so we finally moved in on October 19th, 1997. And we kept trying, Brother Cole said, we need to dedicate this place to the Lord, and I don't know when we need to do it. He got up one night during the night, and the Lord spoke to him a date, and he didn't know if it was a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or what. The date that we were supposed to dedicate it, February 8th, 1998, or something like that. And he went and looked at the calendar, and it was on a Sunday. So we dedicated this place to God, and the mayor of the city at that time was Mayor David Moore. He was a big guy. He was a football player, former football player. And I mean, the power of God had come down in that place. It was so wonderful. He stepped to the pulpit. He said, "Give me the ball, coach." He was so excited, and he said, "You all need to take what you feel here today beyond these consecrated walls." He said, "This is wonderful, and we need to get it out into the city." And that's what we've hoped to do, and we've done it some, and we hope to do more. Do they have copies of anything like this?
No,
Okay.
but I'll give it.
Okay. This is a pictorial thing that we developed, and it's got some captions too that are telling what I'm saying, and maybe a little bit more too. But along the way, Brother Cole had assistant pastors. He had Brother Nathan Dupree was his assistant one time, and Brother Steve Ferguson was his assistant. Brother Jason Cisco was the associate pastor for 4 years. He pastors in Pasadena now. And then Brother Pound for a year, and then Brother Elms for 8 years, and now Brother Carr for almost 8 years. And we love Brother Carr. He comes to us from California, Southern California. He's a Southern man, but Southern California. And we love Brother and Sister Carr. They've been so wonderful for us here. And he overlapped with Brother Cole. Brother Cole was in his last years of life, and Brother Carr came in here and loved Brother Cole and was such a help to him. Sister Cole had passed away, and really did help Brother Cole in his final years, and that was a wonderful thing for all of us to see, because we loved Brother Cole so very much too. And what we did after Brother and Sister Cole passed, well, before he died, we built this prayer garden, Marvin and Marie Cole Prayer Garden, in honor and memory of their sacrifice here in this church. Brother Carr says that Brother and Sister Cole stamped their DNA on this church, because they were people of prayer and people of praise and worship. I mean, Brother Cole, I remember at one time we were having a problem here. Some things had happened, and we got to a prayer meeting on a Thursday night, and people were mumbling and praying in the pews. They were down praying, and at the end, Brother Cole said, "Okay, everybody on your feet. Everybody stand." He said, "Now folks, this church belongs to Jesus Christ. This church does not belong to the devil. It belongs to Jesus Christ. We're going forward." He said, "I've cried all day, but tonight my tears are gone. Let's worship." And he got the church to worshiping, and it was a rallying point. At that point, it was just really amazing. Another time when we were trying to locate here, back up to about early 1970s, we thought we were going to build at another location, and it didn't work out, and it was a very trying time for the church. We were very disappointed. In fact, very disappointed. We were blocked from building at a certain location, and it's not as good as this one. We didn't even know about this. And, Brother Cole got up and he said, look, folks, your brethren, to all of these that might be opposing us building at this location. He said, if we take the right spirit, the right attitude, God has something for us. And God did have something for us right here. We didn't know it at that time. But it was a series of miracles how this came to be, this church here today. And we're very thankful. And each of you that are here, you're just as much a part of this church as if you had been here since 1969. You are as much a part of it as anybody. And we're so thankful that you have joined us. And I'm thankful I get to worship with each of you, Bobby. Well, Bobby's been here a long time, he had carried. But,
Randy, tell them when they graduate from this class, one of their options is to come to the Overcomers class. Would you tell them a little bit
Yes.
about it? The ones that might be interested in doing that?
yes, when you graduate from this class, there's a couple of options. Maybe 3 options. But 2 options. One is to come into the Overcomers class. It's over here next door. A lot of the people in there are older in years. They have white hairs and all of that. But there's a number of younger couples in there too. There's some that do come in there. And you're welcome to come in there or to the Connect class in the parlor. And we'd be very glad to welcome you in here. We start out the class, we take prayer requests, we sing an old hymn out of the book. And we have a group of 5 or 6 teachers that rotate and teach, and they're very good. Brother Davis is teaching in there today. Brother Jordan teaches. Shane Haygood, Brother John Cannon, somebody else or 2.
Brother Turner teaches sometimes.
Yes, Brother Andy Turner. Yes, Brother Andy Turner. And Brother Bolenbacher occasionally teaches too. We've got an old man in the wheelchair. He's very good.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. And so you're very welcome to come in there. We'd be glad to have you. And of course, they would in Connect class. And there's also a college career class that some of you might be interested in too. And Sister Robin could connect you there with that. Any questions about anything I've said this morning? I know I just raced along, and it's not my style to race along, and I hope I haven't.
I should know the answer, but I don't. How many members do we have?
I think about 350. I think, Bobby. I think it's about 350. Rachel would know that in the office.
I'm not sure about that number, but it's growing daily.
Yes.
It's growing daily.
And did y'all say, my hearing, did you say there was 500 in that little building?
Yeah, in the metal building.
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all was busting out the
That's,
seams.
oh, we were.
We're praying.
That Sunday that we marched over here with trumpets blaring. Phil Brannan was playing. There's several trumpets. We had the flags. Brother and Sister Cole leading it. We went up here and Sister Cole cut the ribbon for the front doors, and we all rushed in to get our seats.
We thought we'd done gone to heaven.
Yes.
We didn't know where to sit. There were so many options.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Thank
This
you.
building seats 1,000 too.
Well, so now you know where we came from and why we're so grateful to have. We are undergoing some more expansion, so stay tuned. It's gonna be better, even better than it is now. So I'm gonna let you go because there are tables that you might wanna swing by and check out, some small